This is just an impromptu video uh, in response to Herb that we are so far separated academically that I know sometimes I have a hard time understanding you, and you may have a hard time understanding me. Um, but you're smart, so you need to come down to my level and try to understand what I'm saying. You made the statement in your last remark that I'm suggesting, your comment was, you seem to be suggesting that it is either God or a Big Bang. I'm not suggesting at all. I'm claiming it and making a statement. For me. That's the key thing there. For me, it is creation, one side, and you can call the other side whatever you want. Before the Big Bang, the singularity, a multitude of things a scientist like yourself might place upon that. And to simplify it for me, so you can understand what I'm trying to say is, God created everything, or we originated, if that's the correct word, from something. I mean, they used to think the universe was eternal. So, hey, with time anything can happen. But I'm sure you can respond with, just because the Big Bang, or we came from nothing. As you cannot understand, or your words is, you don't understand the concept of God, I don't understand the concept of nothing when it's used to establish the beginning. And I don't want to get into these silly little debates about what's the beginning. And you could be correct. Maybe there was never a beginning. That there's always protons or neurons or the boson thing or whatever those things are, or dark matter. That always was. Maybe that's true, and that's where it all started. But I can't accept that. I can't accept that. And I boil everything down to God, or we came from nothing. And you've heard the argument. I'm sure you can refute it. But for me, I have not had it refuted that I could grasp it or understand it. To me, nothing is nothing. There's no time, space, matter, nothing. I don't understand how people twist that word. Nothing is nothing. Nothing. I don't even know what nothing is except nothing. There's zero things in nothing. So how could something come from nothing? I can't grasp that. And I'm sure you can. And I'd be welcome to hear your explanation. And if it was fact or theory, I maybe could give some credibility to that. Still wouldn't change my belief that God created everything. Maybe he created the bosons or whatever's out there. So it's not going to change my faith. But I would sure like to understand nothing. I guess nothing, according to science, means something. I just don't get it. So when we're talking about the Big Bang, I use that just as a reference point. You can call it whatever you want. I listen to a lot of science and the opposing, the evolutionary view. I mean, if you look on my channel, My 6 featured channels are Herb, Ohe, I'll Ask Is, Conference Report, Oriella, and smart people. I think there's only one Christian there and one agnostic. Everybody else is the other side, and I want to listen to those people. I really do want to understand. And Conference Report and Herb, you two, are very cordial, and I appreciate the exchange of ideas because, I don't want to say I'm inadequate. Well, I am academically. What do you expect from a high school dropout? But the world of science, and I'm not against science. I love science. I wish I knew more about it. And I believe it's credible. They're not always right. But they, magnificent things science has done. Magnificent. But I don't see a uniformity or I'm not sure what the word is, an agreement among the majority of scientists about the singularity. What happened to the, whatever they call it, 45 to the negative 70th or whatever that is? I don't see an agreement that what caused that. There's a lot of speculation. So if science cannot agree on that, how would I be expected to make a decision or have a worldview, help my worldview on that subject matter? So for simplicity's sake, from here on in, when I say the Big Bang, I'm just using that term in reference to the beginning of all things. What are all things? You'll have to tell me. I don't know about them nucleus and protons and neurons and that boson, that collider, what I forget what they call it, that they say they found the God particle, the thing that may have started everything. Very interesting. I'd like to have you explain that to me. Did they really find that? I've heard them for a year or two now talking about it, but I haven't had the time for confirmation. So Herb, I appreciate your exchange, and I know at the end of that comment you also stated that you don't think in neither case do I think either has any reference to the way that I behave. I wouldn't expect they would influence the way you behave. When I talk, usually I'm just talking about myself. They definitely affect the way I behave. If there's a God of all creation that I believe in, and he set moral standards, I feel convicted that I should do my best to follow those. If there is not a God, and the evolutionary process, which I'm not sure, well, let's just say evolution started everything, is the other side. I said Big Bang. I get lost in this terminology. I should call them option 1 and 2, God and the other, whatever it may be. I forgot what I was going to say. My point was, with God, I have morals because I believe in him, his word, and I don't want to get into the inerrancy of the Bible and all that stuff. There's lots of conversation there we could have. But if we're just a product of evolution or particles or material, this is all just an accident. It's meaningless. It's totally meaningless. It is meaningless. I could be a tree. If in my DNA or a molecule got shifted here or there, I could be that chair. It's society has definitely developed morals, and I've heard that argument that. But when I was a drug addict, I didn't have morals at all. And you know, I must say, from the atheistic side, or when I didn't believe in God, I didn't even have them thoughts about a God. I mean, why would I think about it? I thought it was a joke. And in saying that, I was immoral. I would steal, cheat, lie. I mean, why not? Why not? Evolution is a process, so I hear, of the fittest. The weak die, and the strong survive. And I'm sure it doesn't mean the strong should go kill all the weak people, but if I understand the basics of it, that's what it is. And you know, like they want to save animals and stuff because they'll go extinct. Well, if they're going to go extinct, let them go. Isn't that what evolution's about? Things die off and other things move on. You know, I get so disgusted with that thing about the white owl. Hi, honey. Want to be in my video? Want to be in my video? No? Okay. My point is, people can suffer because they want to save a few owls, or a bird, or a frog, or a fish. What in the Sam hell is that about? I don't even want to go there. Well, Herb, that's just my thing. That's why I picked the two. There's a creator, or there's something else that started this. Can you explain the start of everything? Can you explain it to me? And don't say the word a singularity or something. Give me some specifics and dumb it down so that I can understand. With some evidences. And you know what I call evidence? Just because there's millions of Christians, I'm not a Christian because of that number. But it makes me think. Probabilities and all that stuff. Well, that's another argument. Okay, I'm rambling, but I'm going to hopefully cut this video down. It's probably 30 minutes. I would like you to agree. Well, I don't want to tell you what to agree on. You don't believe in God, so where do you think it all came from? Where do you think everything came from? You know what I mean by everything. Everything. The planets, the universe, the galaxies, the stars, the sun, the moon, the chairs, the house, everything. Where did stuff come from? Where did it start? Remember, I refer to that as the Big Bang. I would like to know what the proper word for that is, really, and I'll start using it. Singularity, is that the correct word? From my side, I know God and creation. You can't go there. I understand that. But I can. That's where I go. God and creation. And I know there's another option. If there's no God, there had to be something else that started it. And I wish you would enlighten me and help me to know from your personal view and your scientific background, how does science view the beginning of everything? And I hope you don't tell me about there was never a beginning. I've heard so many comments that they piss me off, really. Well, there was never a beginning. There always was. Okay. If that's the answer, that there always was something, okay, but I'll let it go. I'll say there's God, and then there always was that thing. So, that's what I'll have to choose. I'm really not choosing. I've already chosen God. But I still recognize I'm really just trying to learn. I will not waver from God. but I'd like to have more in-depth knowledge of the other side. You know, the Bible's so clear about the beginning. There is a verbal, written explanation for it. Sounds kind of scientific. You know, I read a book once called The Genesis Enigma, and scientists broke down the 7 days of creation and how it could scientifically be accurate. I don't know they saying it is, but how it could be. Okay, I gotta go. I could sit here and ramble on. I wish you was sitting in front of me.